The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, December 12, reveal that Victor Newman will back Claire Newman into a tricky corner. It turns out Victor will somehow test Claire's loyalty, so that should leave her torn between her grandfather and Kyle Abbott. Perhaps Claire will overhear something about Victor's latest plot against Jack Abbott. Then again, Victor might flat out admit what he's cooking up, just to see if Claire will fall in line the way he wants. That could leave Claire conflicted about whether she'll keep her mouth shut or warn Kyle about what's brewing. Since Kyle is back in the co-CEO spot, whatever happens to Jack and Jabat will affect him too. Of course, Kyle wasn't very loyal to Claire when he surrendered to Summer Newman's pressure to tell Harrison Abbott the nanny departure news early. Could that affect Claire's decision now, even on a subconscious level? Regardless, if Claire chooses Newman loyalty over loyalty to the new man in her life, Kyle may ultimately voice some objections. Other Y and R spoilers say Lily Winters will have a difficult decision to make, so this may involve her return to Winters and any lingering concerns she might have. Lily, Devin Winters, and Nate Hastings faced problems when they all tried to work together in the past, but Devin may make a positive prediction about keeping the peace from now on. However, there'll be a little hiccup regarding Audra Charles soon enough. Audra will make a vow to Nate and further convince him that she can be trusted, so he'll think she deserves another chance to join Winters' team. Nate will have a pitch for Devin and Lily before the week winds down, so look for Abby Winters to become part of the conversation and weigh in on Audra's future as well. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra and Nate's relationship will face some curveballs down the road, so stay tuned for updates on all the highs and lows. So where you want to be for exciting Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so drop by frequently for more Y and R details. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. December 12th brings a tangled web of deceit to Genoa City, where power dynamics shift like sand, and alliances are as fragile as glass. As turmoil deepens, love, betrayal, and revenge take center stage, setting the stage for dramatic confrontations and heart-wrenching decisions. Summer's heartbreak and Kyle's conflicted loyalties. Summer Newman finds herself at a crossroads, confronting Kyle Abbott about his choice to be with Claire over her. Her voice trembling with anger and sorrow, she demands answers, asking why he left her for Claire. Kyle, caught between duty and desire, struggles to explain, admitting his feelings for Claire and his yearning for stability. Despite Kyle's response, Summer isn't ready to let go of the future she envisioned with him. However, Kyle remains steadfast, citing his efforts to rebuild a relationship with Chance Abbott and the impossibility of turning back time. Summer is left devastated, feeling isolated by Chance's refusal to associate with her. Jordan's sinister maneuvering. Jordan Baldwin's return marks a turning point in Genoa City's web of manipulation. Granted freedom from prison, she begins monitoring Claire Newman's every move. Jordan's threats to harm Victoria Newman and Claire's loved ones reveal her malicious intentions, aiming to destabilize Claire emotionally and assert control. By exploiting Claire's protective instincts and targeting Victoria, Jordan seeks to maintain her dominance while dividing Claire's focus and weakening her resolve. Abby's fragile happiness and Devon's dual nature. Abby Newman returns from her honeymoon glowing with happiness, deeply in love with Devin Baldwin. Yet beneath this newfound joy lurks Devon's darker tendencies, his ability to detach ruthlessly when disenchanted. Abby's friends caution her to guard her heart, but she remains hopeful, choosing to focus on her love for Devin despite the risks. Ian and Jordan's volatile partnership. Ian Ward and Jordan Baldwin's alliance fractures as their agendas clash. Jordan insists on monitoring Claire and Victoria, while Ian shifts his focus to Mariah for his own plans. Their escalating conflict nearly leads to a physical altercation, exposing the mistrust and desperation within their partnership. Jordan, determined to gather information discreetly, disguises herself to move unnoticed through Genoa City. Ian, suspicious of her intentions, grows increasingly paranoid, fearing her actions will jeopardize their operation. Claire's silent determination. Amidst the chaos, Claire Newman remains resolute in uncovering the truth behind the threats to her family. Frustrated by Jordan's refusal to communicate, Claire continues her investigation, determined to expose Jordan's true intentions and protect her loved ones. Daniel and Phyllis's fight for justice. Daniel and Phyllis Newman battle for fairness against Chance Newman's favoritism toward Sharon Abbott. Their mission to restore justice and reclaim Phyllis's reputation faces resistance, but their determination remains unshaken. A climactic showdown. As tensions reach a boiling point, Genoa City teeters on the brink of chaos. Jordan's schemes to harm Victoria, Kyle's emotional struggles, Abby's fragile happiness, and the power struggle involving Daniel, Phyllis, and Chance converge in a dramatic showdown. The aftermath, consequences, and new beginnings. In the wake of betrayal and sacrifice, relationships will be tested, alliances broken, and new bonds forged. The characters of Genoa City must navigate their struggles, rising above the chaos or being consumed by it. The events of December 12th will leave the city forever changed. The tension in Genoa City had been simmering for weeks, but now it was reaching a boiling point. Sharon Newman was determined to clear her name. Accusations had been flying that she was responsible for the near-fatal accident that left Phyllis shaken and vengeful. Sharon knew deep down that she wasn't the one who caused the crash. The real perpetrator was still out there, and she wouldn't rest until the truth came to light. Faith Newman, always loyal to her mother, decided to take matters into her own hands. Faith had overheard Sharon's late-night conversations about Phyllis's strange behavior and suspicious accusations. Fueled by a desire to protect her mother and uncover the truth, Faith decided to follow Phyllis and her young ally Lucy. It wasn't long before Faith's instincts led her to an idea. She needed evidence, something concrete to prove what was really going on. Under Sharon's careful guidance, Faith discreetly planted a listening device on Phyllis. The device was concealed in a spot where it would go unnoticed, and soon enough, it began to deliver results. Sharon listened intently to the recordings, her heart racing with every word. The more she heard, the clearer the picture became. Phyllis's true motives were finally being revealed. One evening, Sharon's suspicions were confirmed. As she listened to Phyllis's private conversation with Lucy through the crackling audio, Phyllis admitted something shocking. Sharon wasn't the one who pushed her car off the road. Instead, a mysterious silver car had done the deed. Phyllis even acknowledged that Sharon herself had narrowly avoided being a victim in the same incident. But rather than seek justice, Phyllis had decided to blame Sharon for her own gain. "I needed someone to take the fall," Phyllis said, her voice cold and unapologetic, and Sharon was the easiest target. Sharon's breath hitched as anger surged through her. How could Phyllis be so ruthless? The realization that Phyllis had knowingly let her suffer public scorn for something she hadn't done was too much to bear. Sharon's hands trembled as she rewound the recording to listen again, each word cutting deeper than the last. The next day, Sharon confronted Phyllis directly. She stormed into the Grand Phoenix, her eyes blazing with determination. Phyllis, seated in the lobby with an air of smugness, barely had time to react before Sharon pressed play on the recording. Phyllis's own words filled the room, and her face went pale. "Why?" Sharon's voice cracked with emotion. "Why would you do this to me? You knew I wasn't responsible, and yet you chose to ruin my life. Was it worth it, Phyllis?" Phyllis stood abruptly, her expression shifting from guilt to defiance. "You have no idea what I've been through," she snapped. "That car came out of nowhere, and I thought I was going to die. You were an easy scapegoat." Sharon's jaw clenched, her fury boiling over. "Easy? You think it's easy living under the weight of false accusations? Watching everyone look at me like I'm a monster? You had a choice, Phyllis, and you chose cruelty." The tension reached a breaking point as Phyllis tried to dismiss Sharon's accusations. Sharon's emotions spilled over, and with a sharp slap, she struck Phyllis across the face, the sound echoing through the lobby. "Wake up, Phyllis," Sharon shouted. "This isn't about revenge or blaming someone else. The real culprit is still out there, and you're too focused on your vendetta to see it." Phyllis touched her cheek, stunned into silence. For a moment, the fiery woman, always ready with a cutting remark, seemed at a loss for words. Sharon's voice softened, but her resolve remained unshaken. "We both know what it feels like to be victims, to be hurt by others' lies. Why are you letting someone else get away with this? Whoever drove that silver car deserves to be punished, not me." The weight of Sharon's words hung in the air. Phyllis's eyes flickered with a mix of guilt and contemplation. Deep down, she knew Sharon was right. The real enemy wasn't Sharon, it was the person who had sent her careening off the road that day. For the first time in weeks, the fiery animosity between the two women seemed to dim. Sharon took a step back, her breathing still heavy from the confrontation. "I'm done being your scapegoat," she said firmly. "You can either help me find the truth, or you can stay out of my way. Either way, I'm going to prove my innocence." Phyllis didn't respond immediately, but the conflict in her expression spoke volumes. As Sharon turned and walked away, leaving the Grand Phoenix in silence, it was clear that the battle wasn't over. The truth was out there, and whether Phyllis wanted to admit it or not, Sharon wasn't backing down. December is set to explode with drama in The Young and the Restless, bringing shocking revelations and sinister schemes that will leave fans at the edge of their seats. Among the swirling chaos, whispers of Claire potentially facing a life-altering surprise, a pregnancy, take center stage. Meanwhile, Adam Newman finds himself entangled in a web of deception as Jordan and Ian Ward join forces to unleash havoc on the Newmans. The month starts with a monumental shift in Claire and Kyle's relationship. After months of building tension, the couple finally shares an intimate moment in the December 3rd episode. While this milestone deepens their bond, the aftermath introduces a classic soap opera twist. Could Claire be pregnant? A surprise pregnancy would not only shake up her life, but also intensify the ongoing drama, especially with Jordan lurking in the shadows. Claire's potential pregnancy could bring an emotional roller coaster, joy, fear, and the uncertainty of readiness. Fortunately, Kyle appears to be the supportive partner she might need. But this is Genoa City, and nothing comes without complications. Jordan, the Queen of Chaos, seems poised to make Claire's life a living nightmare. Having already wreaked havoc upon her return, Jordan's next move could involve targeting Claire's unborn child. Whether she manipulates circumstances leading to tragedy or devises a sinister plot to abduct the baby, Jordan's obsession knows no bounds. Adding fuel to the fire, Jordan isn't operating alone. She's teamed up with Ian Ward, a figure with a history of wreaking havoc on the Newman family. While Jordan fixates on Claire, Ian directs his attention to Adam, determined to dismantle his relationship with Victor. Ian's potential plan? Frame Adam as a traitor to the Newman legacy. By resurrecting a scheme reminiscent of his infamous 2015 Paragon project, Ian aims to sow distrust and chaos. Victor and Adam's relationship, which has been on the mend, faces a severe test as Ian crafts a narrative that implicates Adam in a treacherous plot against Newman Enterprises. Victor's unforgiving nature and a shattered trust could leave Adam alienated, struggling to prove his innocence. Ian and Jordan, delighting in the destruction from the sidelines, may succeed in driving a wedge between Adam and his family. As the Newmans spiral, Adam must summon every ounce of resilience to uncover the truth and expose Ian's schemes. However, the damage may already be irreparable. Victor's wrath and suspicion could isolate Adam, leaving him vulnerable and betrayed. At the same time, Claire and Kyle grapple with their challenges, navigating the potential upheaval of a pregnancy under the looming threat of Jordan's malevolence. December promises high stakes and gripping drama. Will Kyle and Claire withstand the storm if a baby is on the way? Can Adam clear his name before Ian and Jordan's machinations destroy him? And how long can these villains wreak havoc before facing justice? Fans are bracing for a month of revelations, heartbreak, and explosive confrontations in The Young and the Restless. Claire's courage meets Jordan's ruthlessness in Genoa City. Bravery and recklessness often walk a fine line, and Claire Newman was about to test that boundary. Having spent months living with the powerful Newman family, Claire had learned to stand up for those she loved. She wasn't the timid woman she used to be. She was fierce, determined, and willing to fight for what mattered. But courage, though admirable, can sometimes lead to dangerous consequences. A threat too far was the catalyst, chilling warnings aimed at Kyle Abbott, someone Claire had grown to care for deeply. The threat of poisoning hung over him like a dark cloud, and Claire knew exactly who was behind it: Jordan, the manipulative woman who had been wreaking havoc in their lives. Claire's blood boiled with rage. She didn't need to consult the Newman family, nor did she wait for Kyle to weigh in. This was her fight, and she was determined to face Jordan head-on. The reckless confrontation. Claire arranged a meeting with Jordan, choosing a secluded location far from prying eyes. When the two finally faced each other, the tension was palpable. "You've gone too far, Jordan," Claire said, her voice steady but laced with anger. "If you touch Kyle or anyone I care about again, I'll make sure you regret it." Jordan, ever the calculating antagonist, smirked at the younger woman's audacity. "And what exactly are you going to do, Claire?" she taunted. "Shout me to death?" But Claire wasn't there to talk. Fueled by rage and a newfound sense of bravery, she lunged at Jordan. The fight was raw and chaotic, but Claire's inexperience quickly became evident. Jordan, though older, was cunning and resourceful. The scuffle escalated, and in a split second, Jordan pulled out a concealed firearm. Claire froze, her anger momentarily replaced by fear. But before she could retreat, Jordan fired. The aftermath: blood and regret. The bullet tore through Claire's leg, and she collapsed to the ground, her hands instinctively clutching the wound as blood pooled beneath her. Jordan stood over her, the gun trembling in her hand. The reality of what she had done began to sink in. "Damn it, Claire," Jordan muttered, her voice cracking. "Why did you have to push me?" As Claire lay there, her breaths shallow and labored, Jordan felt a pang of something she hadn't felt in years: regret. This wasn't part of her plan. She had intended to scare Claire, not put her life at risk. But Jordan's survival instincts kicked in. She knew that if Claire survived, the consequences would be severe. The Newman family would come for her, and there would be no escaping their wrath. A race against time. Claire was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The bullet had caused significant damage, and she had lost a dangerous amount of blood. As the doctors worked tirelessly to save her, the Newman family rallied around her. Victor Newman, furious and protective, vowed to find out who was responsible. Nikki comforted a distraught Kyle, who blamed himself for Claire's injuries. Meanwhile, Jordan was torn between her growing guilt and her instinct for self-preservation. She knew she had two choices: flee and live with the knowledge of what she had done, or finish what she started and ensure Claire never told anyone the truth. The cost of courage. Claire's act of bravery had come at a great cost. While she had proven her strength and willingness to fight for the people she loved, she had underestimated the danger of confronting someone as ruthless as Jordan. But her courage was not in vain. The incident sparked a chain reaction among the Newmans and Abbotts. Victor's determination to protect his family intensified, and Kyle realized just how much Claire meant to him. For Jordan, the incident was a turning point. She couldn't shake the image of Claire bleeding out on the ground, nor could she escape the growing fear of retribution. Her carefully constructed plans were beginning to unravel, and for the first time, she questioned whether her manipulative ways were worth the cost. In the world of Genoa City, regret alone isn't enough to undo the damage. If Claire survives, Jordan knew her days would be numbered. What's next? Claire's recovery hangs in the balance, and her survival will determine the next chapter of this unfolding drama. Will she heal and expose Jordan, sparking a battle between the Newman family and one of their most dangerous foes? Or will Jordan's fear drive her to take even more drastic measures to cover her tracks? One thing is certain: bravery and ruthlessness have collided, and the fallout will reshape lives in ways no one could have anticipated. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that the one-year anniversary of Colleen Zink's debut as Jordan will be coming up in November. Could the show have something special coming up in honor of that milestone? Many fans are eager to see Jordan's return, so maybe her comeback could be in the works. If so, we can think of one way for Jordan to stir up trouble using a familiar face. Claire Grace spent most of her life dealing with Jordan's manipulation and brainwashing, but she's finally free now, or is she? Perhaps Claire is mistaken about truly moving on with her life and being out of Jordan's clutches. Jordan has proven that she knows how to get a hold of a phone behind bars, so she might call Claire up and toss some threats around. Maybe Jordan could even offer up a riddle to make Claire believe danger is once again headed toward the Newman clan. Regardless, Y&R might create some situation where Jordan is able to lure Claire to her new prison facility. Claire might visit Jordan and inadvertently get roped into another sinister plot against the family she's come to care deeply for. It doesn't seem like Claire would ever do anything nefarious willingly at this point, but she might do something without meaning to. This would be an excellent time for Jordan to play her worst mind game yet. What if Jordan has programmed Claire as some sort of last resort? There might be some code word or phrase that only Jordan knows, something that would trigger the worst version of Claire and compel her to do horrible things. Jordan could unleash Claire's scary side once more and send her back to Genoa City on a mission to destroy the Newman family permanently this time. Claire might once again play the part of the good girl while secretly scheming for Aunt Jordan. Of course, Claire would be under genuine mind control in this case, and it'd be even more terrifying since people like Victoria Newman, Victor Newman, and even Nikki Newman have come to trust her. There's the potential for Jordan to launch some new chaos in GC, so we'll pass along more predictions on her next move and offer updates on the bad news that could be looming for Claire. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire's blissful Newman family bubble could burst sooner or later. It's where you want to be for great Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so drop by regularly for more Y&R info. In a jaw-dropping twist on the Young and the Restless, the drama in Genoa City has reached new heights with explosive revelations that are leaving fans on the edge of their seats. A recent series of test results has revealed the shocking truth behind a long-running web of manipulation, deceit, and power struggles that threaten to tear apart some of the most influential families in town. The truth has finally surfaced, and it's more explosive than anyone could have predicted. Let's break down what these shocking results mean for the residents of Genoa City and why no one is safe from the fallout. The setup: a city built on secrets. Genoa City is no stranger to backstabbing, betrayal, and lies. From the corporate boardrooms of Chancellor Industries and Jibot Cosmetics to the familial struggles of the Newman and Abbott families, secrets run deep. But for months, there has been one lingering mystery: who has been pulling the strings behind the chaos that has been unraveling the lives of Genoa City's elite. Speculations were high, with some believing that the manipulations were the result of corporate power plays, while others pointed to personal vendettas rooted in years of bitterness. one name kept coming up: Sutton Ames, a businessman with ties to both the Newman and Abbott families. His sudden rise to power, his strategic alliances, and his ability to stay one step ahead of everyone had raised more than a few eyebrows. But no one could have imagined the depth of his involvement in the turmoil that has swept through the city. The catalyst, the shocking test results. It all came to a head when the results of a confidential DNA test, originally intended to settle a paternity dispute, were leaked to the press. What appeared to be an ordinary test became the key to exposing Sutton's dark manipulations. For months, fans had speculated about the paternity of Nicky Newman's daughter, Victoria Newman, whose sudden disillusionment with her family led to suspicions that someone in her inner circle was feeding her lies. The test revealed a shocking twist. Sutton Ames was secretly Victoria's biological father, not the man she had believed to be her father all her life, Victor Newman. This revelation sent shockwaves through Genoa City, sparking immediate questions about Sutton's true motivations. Had he been grooming Victoria for years, playing her like a pawn in a high-stakes game of power? Was his ultimate goal to gain control of the Newman Enterprises empire? But the paternity test was only the beginning. As the investigation into Sutton's activities deepened, other shocking truths came to light. It turns out that Sutton had been secretly manipulating the stock market, engineering a series of financial crises that led to the downfall of several key businesses in town. He had even planted false information to turn key players against each other, inciting rifts between family members, business partners, and even romantic partners. The real culprit, Sutton Ames unmasked. The walls closed in on Sutton as more and more of his hidden actions were uncovered. He had manipulated everyone from Nick Newman and Ashley Abbott to the unsuspecting Jack Abbott and Phyllis Summers. Each one had been unknowingly caught in his intricate web of lies, and now they were scrambling to piece together what had really happened. Nick Newman, devastated by the truth, finally confronted Sutton, demanding to know why he had betrayed their family. Sutton's response was chilling. "In the world of power, Nick, you either make the rules or you're played by them. And I don't intend to be anyone's pawn." The revelation that Sutton had played Nick for years sent the Newman family into a tailspin, with Victor swearing revenge on the man who had manipulated his children and his legacy. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott, who had always considered Sutton a trusted ally, found himself questioning everything about their relationship. How many times had Sutton been feeding him lies, using him to further his own agenda? Jack's realization that he had been just another piece in Sutton's game caused a rift within the Abbott family, particularly with his brother, Billy Abbott, who had been caught in the middle of the business manipulations. The fallout: betrayal and revenge. With Sutton's manipulation exposed, the stakes have never been higher in Genoa City. Relationships are fractured, alliances are shattered, and enemies have been made. As the truth continues to unfold, characters like Phyllis Summers, Lily Winters, and Adam Newman now find themselves questioning everything they knew about those closest to them. Who can they trust, and how far will they go to exact revenge? Sutton, however, isn't backing down. Cornered and betrayed, he will stop at nothing to regain control. But now that the truth is out, will anyone be willing to let him continue his reign of terror? What's next? The road to redemption or ruin? As Genoa City reels from these shocking revelations, the future is uncertain. Will the truth set the residents free, or will it lead to even more dangerous consequences? With Sutton Ames now exposed as the ultimate manipulator, alliances will be tested, and everyone must decide: will they seek redemption or vengeance? As the dust settles, one thing is clear: in Genoa City, no one is ever truly safe. The path to the top is littered with betrayal, manipulation, and the occasional explosive twist, leaving fans to wonder what will happen next in this ever-unfolding saga of power, lies, and revenge. The drama in The Young and the Restless is reaching new heights as shocking revelations come to light. Chance Chancellor's latest investigation takes a dark and deadly turn, leaving Genoa City residents questioning who they can trust. At the center of this jaw-dropping storyline are Phyllis Summers, Chance, and a cunning trap set by none other than Jordan. Here's the breakdown of this electrifying saga that's gripping fans. Chance's alarming discovery. Detective Chance Chancellor has been piecing together a web of clues tied to recent suspicious activities in Genoa City, but nothing could prepare him for what he finds next. During a routine investigation, Chance stumbles upon a vial of PCP poison hidden in Phyllis Summers' bag. The discovery sends shockwaves through the community, leaving everyone wondering how the vial ended up in her possession. Phyllis, known for her fiery personality and often questionable decisions, vehemently denies any knowledge of the poison. "I'm being set up," she insists, but with her tumultuous history, skepticism looms large. Fans are left to wonder, is Phyllis truly innocent, or is this another one of her elaborate schemes gone wrong? Jordan's perfect trap. The finger of suspicion quickly turns toward Jordan, the scheming mastermind who has a history of manipulating others to serve her twisted agenda. Spoilers suggest that Jordan orchestrated the entire scenario to frame Phyllis, exploiting her past misdeeds to make the setup believable. But what's Jordan's ultimate goal? Revenge? A power play? Or something even more sinister? Jordan's meticulous planning makes her trap almost airtight. She's managed to stay one step ahead of everyone so far, planting evidence and manipulating witnesses to strengthen the case against Phyllis. As the truth begins to unravel, viewers are treated to edge-of-their-seat moments as Chance closes in on the real culprit. Phyllis's desperate plea. For Phyllis, the stakes couldn't be higher. Facing potential criminal charges and the possibility of losing everything she's worked for, Phyllis must prove her innocence against seemingly insurmountable odds. But who will stand by her side? Nick Newman? Summer? Or could an unlikely ally emerge? Phyllis's desperation leads her to take drastic measures. Spoilers tease a dramatic showdown where she confronts Jordan, demanding answers. But will Jordan slip up and reveal her involvement, or will she double down on her deceit? Chance's moral dilemma. As Chance digs deeper into the case, he finds himself facing a moral quandary. While the evidence points to Phyllis, his instincts tell him there's more to the story. Will Chance's determination to uncover the truth put him in Jordan's crosshairs? And how will his actions affect his relationships in Genoa City, particularly with Abby and his colleagues? The fallout? The ramifications of this storyline will ripple through Genoa City. If Phyllis is exonerated, it could mark a turning point for her character, potentially earning her redemption in the eyes of those who've doubted her. On the other hand, if Jordan's scheme succeeds, it could embolden her to push her dangerous manipulations even further. Meanwhile, Chance's reputation as a detective is on the line. Can he crack the case and bring the real culprit to justice? Or will the truth remain buried, leaving Phyllis to pay for crimes she didn't commit? What's next? The stakes have never been higher on The Young and the Restless. With betrayals, unexpected alliances, and shocking twists on the horizon, fans can't afford to miss a single episode. Will Phyllis manage to clear her name, or will Jordan's perfect trap seal her fate? The Young and the Restless is no stranger to jaw-dropping twists, but the latest developments involving Jordan and Ian have left fans on the edge of their seats. As the drama intensifies in Genoa City, viewers are asking, could these two fan-favorite characters be heading for their final exits? With a series of shocking decisions, deepening secrets, and unresolved conflicts, the stage seems set for a thrilling departure. But will it be as explosive as we expect? Jordan's tumultuous journey, a star on the brink of leaving? Jordan, known for his charm and complexity, has been at the heart of some of the most electrifying storylines on My and R. His recent behavior, though, has raised more than a few eyebrows. Once the confident and reliable ally, Jordan is now walking a fine line, teetering between redemption and destruction. His recent choices, particularly his entanglement in a dangerous situation involving business rivals and a fractured relationship with his closest allies, are raising suspicions about his future in Genoa City. Could his actions be leading to a showdown that will see him exit the show? Recent spoilers suggest that Jordan is not only battling external enemies, but also confronting deep personal demons. His strained relationships with key characters like Lily and Devon are putting him on a collision course with the truth. Will his desperate actions push him past the point of no return, leading to an inevitable departure? Fans are bracing for an emotional exit that could shake the foundation of the show. Ian's dangerous secrets. Is he the next villain to fall? Ian, on the other hand, has long been a wild card in Y&R. His history is marred with deception, manipulation, and dark secrets that have kept viewers guessing about his true intentions. Recently, Ian has found himself in a precarious position, with his dark past coming back to haunt him. As he's faced with new threats and alliances that may not be in his best interest, it seems that the walls are closing in on this enigmatic figure. Could this be the beginning of the end for Ian's reign of chaos in Genoa City? Spoilers suggest that his enemies are closing in, and the weight of his lies may be too much to bear. Whether it's a final confrontation with old foes or an unexpected betrayal from someone within his inner circle, Ian's days in Genoa City may be numbered. His manipulative tactics are about to be exposed, and there's no telling who will come out on top in this power struggle. Fans are already speculating that Ian's exit will be one for the history books, a dramatic, intense conclusion to a storyline that leaves no stone unturned. The shocking connection. Are Jordan and Ian's fates tied together? As if the tension between Jordan and Ian wasn't enough to keep fans hooked, spoilers are now suggesting that their fates may be intertwined in a way no one saw coming. Recent episodes have hinted at a potential alliance, though it's unclear whether this will lead to mutual benefit or mutual destruction. Could Jordan and Ian's combined efforts spark an even greater conflict that could lead to both of their exits, or will one betray the other in a shocking twist? If these two characters do share a final, explosive exit from Y&R, it will undoubtedly be one of the most talked about moments in soap opera history. The stakes are high, the tension palpable, and the potential for a heart-stopping cliffhanger is more real than ever. Fans are already speculating about which character will make the final move, and whether their exit will be a result of redemption or ruin. What's next for Genoa City? As Y&R fans eagerly watch to see whether Jordan and Ian will make their final exits, one thing is certain: the drama is far from over. Whether it's Jordan's struggle for redemption or Ian's inevitable downfall, their fates are set to send shockwaves through Genoa City. With every passing episode, the stakes get higher and the suspense grows. Will they leave on their own terms, or will Genoa City see them bow out in a blaze of glory or destruction? As always, the young and the restless promises to deliver a roller coaster of emotions. Make sure to tune in to find out if Jordan and Ian's dramatic exits will be the final chapter in their saga, or just the beginning of even bigger surprises. In a jaw-dropping turn of events, Peter Bergman, the beloved and long-standing star of The Young and the Restless, has announced his retirement from the iconic soap opera. Fans worldwide are reeling from the news as they grapple with the reality of bidding farewell to the man who's been synonymous with Jack Abbott for over 3 decades. But that's not all. Producers have already unveiled the actor stepping into this legendary role, sparking a whirlwind of excitement and speculation. A legacy that defined a generation. Peter Bergman first graced the set of The Young and the Restless in 1989, bringing to life the complex, charming, and occasionally ruthless Jack Abbott. Over the years, Bergman's portrayal elevated Jack to a soap opera icon, earning him 3 Daytime Emmy Awards and countless nominations. His layered performance, ranging from boardroom battles to heart-wrenching family drama, made Jack one of the most compelling characters on daytime television. "This role has been the honor of my life," Bergman shared in an emotional statement. "I've grown alongside Jack Abbott, and it's time for me to step back and allow someone new to bring their vision to this incredible character." The decision that shocked Hollywood. Bergman's retirement comes as a surprise to many, given his enduring popularity and the pivotal role Jack Abbott plays in Genoa City. Insiders suggest the decision was months in the making, with Bergman expressing a desire to spend more time with family and explore other creative pursuits. However, his departure leaves a gaping hole in the heart of the series. Peter's contributions to The Young and the Restless are immeasurable, said executive producer Anthony Marina. "He is irreplaceable, but we are confident in the future of Jack Abbott's story." Meet the new Jack Abbott. Stepping into the shoes of a character so deeply associated with Peter Bergman is no small task. The producers, however, have cast a bold choice. Acclaimed television actor Mark Collier. Known for his dynamic performances in primetime dramas and a brief stint on another daytime soap, Collier brings a fresh perspective to the role. "I'm honored and humbled to take on this iconic character," Collier said in a statement. "Peter's portrayal of Jack is legendary, and I hope to honor his legacy while making the character my own." The announcement has sparked mixed reactions among fans. Social media is abuzz with both skepticism and excitement as viewers dissect Collier's potential to live up to Bergman's monumental legacy. What's next for Jack Abbott? Producers have promised that Jack's storyline will remain at the forefront of The Young and the Restless. As Genoa City's power struggles intensify, Jack's next chapter is set to bring explosive drama. Will Collier's interpretation breathe new life into the character, or will fans struggle to adjust to the change? To ease the transition, the show plans a poignant send-off for Bergman, culminating in a storyline that bridges his departure with Collier's debut. Details remain under wraps, but insiders hint at a series of dramatic twists that will keep viewers glued to their screens. Fans react to the shocking news. The fan community has been a whirlwind of emotions since the announcement. Tributes to Bergman's iconic run have flooded social media, with many sharing their favorite Jack Abbott moments. From his fiery clashes with Victor Newman to his tender scenes with his family, Bergman's impact is undeniable. "Peter Bergman is Jack Abbott," one fan tweeted. "No one will ever fill his shoes, but we'll see where this journey takes us." The end of an era. As Peter Bergman prepares to exit The Young and the Restless, his departure marks the end of an era for daytime television. His legacy as Jack Abbott will undoubtedly endure, inspiring future generations of soap opera stars. Meanwhile, Mark Collier faces the challenge of stepping into a role steeped in history and expectation. One thing is certain, Genoa City will never be the same again. Don't miss a moment of this historic transition as The Young and the Restless ushers in a new chapter for Jack Abbott and his enduring legacy.